guacamole, holy guacamole. I just got hit by a car, and you're the one who swept me off my feet, pushed me in the street, left me in a coma. Guacamole me, guacamole you. I just got busted for drugs, and you're the one who sold me to the Fed, leaving me for dead, played me for a fool. Making guacamole, mix it in the bowlie. I just got mauled by a bear, and you're the one who covered me with honey. Thought it was so funny. How could you be so cruel? Take it. That's good. Captain Guacamole, Officer Stromboli, I just got shot in the face, and you're the one who had the smoking gun. Love is just no fun whenever I'm with you. Guacamole coma, Yuma, Arizona, I just got hepatitis C, and you were standing there with a syringe. How it makes me cringe, breaks my heart in two. Holy guacamole, lumpy, green and rolly. Baby, I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause even though I'm down upon my luck, I don't give a fuck, long as I have you. She was my true love, now she's dead and gone. She made me feel whole, and when I felt she'd hold my hand when nobody ever would. She understood. She came with me everywhere I'd go. I miss her so. She was my only true love. She was all I would ever need, but now she's dead and buried under the willow tree. God help me, God help me, please don't hurt me, don't desert me, God save me, don't forsake me, oh God. God heal me from the hands you deal me. God mend me from the pain you send me. Oh, God. God help me. God help me. Please redeem me. Don't redeem me. Please, God, spare me all the things that scare me. Oh, God. Oh, God, don't you see all this pain, all this misery, all this suffering, all this sorrow, all this paperwork, deadlines, bills, congestion, heartache, customer service. God help me. God help me. Please don't. Dark house in which once more I sit. I curse the very thought of it. Doors creaking through the cold empty halls and cobwebs on the walls. A box filled with broken dreams, scattered pictures from a life once filled with glee. So ghastly through the dead of night I go. Dark kitchen where I cook my shit. How I shudder at the thought of it. Pots and pans amidst the stale hollow stink, and dishes in the sink. The cheese that's been there for years. The tiled floor that's not been washed but for blood and tears. And forks and spoons from a bygone time once shined so bright they have no life amidst the darkening clouds. And children play on the streets below as I die alone in this dark house. Testing the mic 1 2. Testing the mic 1 2. Check. Help. Help. Help.
Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today I'm going to be teaching you how to make an authentic Armenian coffee. Armenian coffee, a little bit of a variation on other types of European coffee, namely the Turkish coffee is similar. I know that right now there's a very divisive climate there, so I don't want to get involved in all that. I just want to say that Armenian coffee is delicious. I live in a neighborhood that is heavily influenced by Armenian culture, and it's everywhere here, and I wanted to learn how to make it properly. We're going to get into the history of it, and we're going to drink it, and then we're going to play games. So before doing all that, I want to check in with you, the users. It looks like Bert Bufftug is here. Says, oh, hi, Henry. Didn't see you there. You too, Bert Bufftug. I didn't see you as well. Caitlin's Kitchen. Looking good, Henry. Thank you, Caitlin's Kitchen. And it was great to meet you in Naperville, along with JSBX fan who says, hey, all. Cough Syrup says no cupboards, blue skies instead. Yes, I want to say, let's see here. This background image was donated to us by elake_. And when I say donated, they still own the rights for it. We're just licensing it here at Henry's Kitchen for $0. So thank you for that. And also I want to say thank you to, it looks like KC 2.0 has resubscribed for 21 months. Amazing. And says, thank goodness I can now use legally. Yes, 21 months, I believe, is the age where everyone in the U.S. anyway is able to officially be a user. Borsenvin just resubscribed for 25 months at a tier 3 level. Amazing. Thank you, Borsenvin. And it says, Barev Peron, me search conundrum yet. That sounds like maybe it's Armenian, I'm assuming, because of the nature of what we're doing today, but that's pretty awesome. I've never even tried to speak Armenian, but that sure looks like some of the writing that I see in my neighborhood. Midnight Faded tipped $20. Amazing. Thank you, Midnight Faded. And it says, you're right, Henry. Today has been a rough day, and I hope it gets better. Yeah, did I say it was a rough day today? I mean, it generally is. That's usually my default, but I don't recall saying it. As a matter of fact, I was hoping that today would be different and that maybe I could show up with a little bit more of a positive attitude than normal. But you're right, Midnight Faded. It has been a rough day, or a rough morning, as it were. But thank you so much for your $20 donation to Henry's Kitchen. That's going to make it less of a rough day. It's going to smoothen out the day. It's going to take away some of the friction. Robert Tables has resubscribed. Okay, we've got a lot of action going on here. Robert Tables resubscribed for 5 months, and it says, Henry, my book club has been stuck on the same book for years. What advice can I give to my church? There's a lot of books out there, even within a church. Obviously, you have the Bible, but you also have the hymnal, and then there's a prayer book. So I would say move on from one of the ones that you're reading to another one, if possible. I just remember that from my growing up days. Jolly Austin has resubscribed for 25 months and says, yo. Hey, yo, right back to you, Jolly Austin. Always good to see you. Alexander Dean resubscribed for 25 months and says, doesn't say anything, just resubscribes for 25 months. And Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Gayfish69. Amazing. Thank you, Anonymous. And I Like to Laugh resubscribed. Awesome. I just want to see if I'm missing anybody here. Thanks again, KC 2.0, Robert Tables, Borsenvin, Midnight Faded. And I think an Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Piss Baby. Thank you, Anonymous, and thank you, Piss Baby, for joining us. And it was great to meet you in Naperville. Speaking of Naperville, I know that at the time, what the fuck? Lacey T just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Thank you, Lacey T. That's very kind of you. And it was good to meet you in Naperville. I met so many users in Naperville, and I can't remember who gave me the Veracruz coffee. I do remember it, and I remember we shouted it out the day after, but now I don't have the card. So if you're there, show yourself. Because this looks like some top drawer coffee situation going on right here. Nella tipped $1. Thank you, Nella, and says, why can't we have 2 teeth, 2 giant fucking tooths, instead of having like 84 or however many we have? It's not a bad observation. And not only are you angry about not having just 2 teeth, but also the plural of teeth is tooths, and it sounds like you're taking issue with that. And I think we have 84 teeth. Maybe it's a little fewer depending on your hygiene. Quanto says, hey Henry, I'm in the Starbucks drive-thru. Do you want anything? Yes, please. Ask them if they have a liquor license. Some do. If you're in Europe, I think they do. Hank Boozle says, too many teeth will spoil the mouth. Yeah, I've heard that expression, I think. Okay, everybody. Well, let's get into some music, shall we? I want to thank again elake_ for sending us this awesome background picture. I'm almost bummed out that we have to move away from it. Why don't we, our resident photographer, Dark Aegis, sends us this beautiful background pic here. It says, what's it say? This one was taken from the Indiana Dunes National Park in Portage. Elise and I chased the comet last night to no avail due to incoming rain and clouds. We were treated to a killer sunset, though, filled with reminders of the steel industry that dominates our coast. Hoping for a shot of the comet tonight. I'll do a shot of comet. That sounds pretty awesome. And we also, Midnight Faded tipped $1 and says 2 huge teeth would be cool, but could you imagine 4? I imagine that conversation's going to probably continue throughout the stream. But right now, we need to go ahead and do a song. Let's put on the reverb. Check, 1, 2. That's not it, of course, but let's do... Okay, we have a lot of requests. We've got a guy named Guy, I assume a guy, maybe not. Guy wanted to hear this song, which was a song by Bob Seger. Bob Seger, I think, is still with us in terms of on the planet. He's not with us here in the kitchen at Henry's Kitchen, but I think he had some health problems recently. Computer, volume 10. Computer, is Bob Seger still with us?
Bob Seger is still alive. He is 79 years old.
Maybe that was all. He just turned 79, and that'll put you in the news. It's amazing. In the news, not in the noose. Sergeant Baker 0707 resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you very much. Digitized says you can die of 79. Yeah, well, hopefully he makes it this whole year through. If you can get over that 79 hump, then you're in your 80s and everything's easy from that point, is what I understand. Piss Baby says Bob in the corner of the kitchen. Yeah. Bert Bufftug says, I need to figure out the Discord. Yesterday was my birthday and I forgot to make a request. Well, you're making a request right now. We're going to have to go ahead and do let's do a song for Burt Bufftug, who's celebrating a birthday, and we're gonna do it in style the way we do all birthdays. We have Jose Suicidio's Nobody's Birthday. Here we go. It's nobody's birthday, no need for candles on the cake. It's nobody's birthday, it was just a big mistake. It's nobody's birthday, no need to buy a fancy oriental rug. 'Cause it's nobody's birthday but Burt Bufftug. Yeah, it's nobody's birthday but Burt Bufftug. Okay, happy birthday, Burt Bufftug. And thanks again, Dark Ages, for this awesome background. I'm going to see if we can find yet another background here. Link's Deity sends us this one and simply says this is Detroit. It looks like we're on a rooftop of some sort. Hopefully not during some kind of political event. But I don't ask questions here. Just send us the pictures and we'll use them as a background. Duza says, I had to jump into a meeting at the start of the stream until now. Could you restart everything, please? It's a great question, except for now, Twitch actually holds all of the streams in DVD form or whatever that you can watch on the front page. So you can do that. Parasitosis says, God, I have PTSD from Bob Seger's music. One chef I worked under only played Best of Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band CD. Fills me with rage. Okay, good. Well, you're going to especially enjoy this song. Everyone Type Forson says, as users, do we get a discount to the new movie A Nightmare in the Kitchen? I think you're probably referring to the poster here in the beginning that was submitted to us by It's Kate. This is actually not a real movie. It's a piece of fan art, and it's wonderfully done by It's Kate, who's incredibly talented and contributes so much stuff. It's Kate X here on Twitch. It's Kate on the Discord. I want to go back to what Parasitosis was saying about having PTSD about Bob Seger. A good friend of mine, a lot of you that are really diehard Bob Seger fans know that there was an album that they put out in the 70s where it contained a poster of the band, which was a little weird because it wasn't a band like the Bay City Rollers or one of those teeny bop type bands that we had back then. It was really a lot of middle-aged guys with a lot of chest hair and sort of motorcycle looking, to say the least. And so when my friend moved in with his new bride, right after they got married, he insisted in putting the Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band poster up in their living room. And they fought about it so much that they actually got divorced within 1 month. So that shows two things. One, how much my friend liked Bob Seger, and also how much she hated him. Digitized says, Hollywood won't greenlight good cooking movies. They are just protecting Jon Favreau. Yeah. Although a movie called Protecting Jon Favreau, I would see that, interestingly enough. Or not interesting. Okay. Sergeant Baker 007, thanks again for resubscribing, and simply says help. We're going to do this song from, hey, we're in Detroit. That's Bob Seger country over there. So let's go ahead and do this song from the rooftop. So maybe it's a little bit like the Beatles at the end of the Let It Be documentary, where they play on the end, or they play on the rooftop at the end. Okay. You know, I do like this, this picture Thanks, Links Deity, but I think I'm going to change to something a little bit more Bob Seger-like. How about It's Kate gives us this one? This is definitely not Bob Seger-like at all. It's very progressive rock. But let's go ahead and use it because we're running out of time and we just can't sit here. We've got a lot of cooking to do. We can't sit here pussy farting around with all kinds of different pictures and stuff. So here we go. Sergeant Baker 0707 says Night Moves. No, this is Against the Wind, but I will say that all Bob Seger songs start very much the same. It seems, oh, we're gonna have to raise the key here for sure. It seems like yesterday, but it was so long ago. Janie was lovely, she was queen of my nights. There in the darkness with the radio playing low. The secrets that we shared, the mountains that we moved. Caught like wildfire out of control. Till there was nothing left to burn and nothing left to prove. And I remember what she said to me. How she swore that it would never end. I remember she held me oh so tight. Wish I didn't know now what I didn't know then. What? Against the wind. We were running against the wind. We were young and strong. We were running against the wind. We were working on our night moves, says Sergeant Baker 0707. Okay. And the years rolled slowly past. Here, let's change the picture for the next verse because there's a lot of verses here and I want people to have visual stimulation. This is a picture from Borsenvin. That might have been a weird one to jump to, but here we go. And the years rolled slowly past and I found myself alone. Surrounded by strangers. Wait a second. How can you be alone surrounded by strangers? You're not alone. I thought were my friends. I found myself further and further from my home. I guess he was being sort of metaphoric or poetic. And I guess I lost my way. There were oh so many roads. I was living to run and running to live. Never worried about paying or even how much I owe. You know, an interesting trivia about this song, this is exactly verbatim what Bob Seger heard somebody tell him on the bus sitting next to him about their own life story, which if you ever get on the bus, you'll hear the entire life story of some people, and I think that's where this song originated. Moving 8 miles a minute for months at a time. Breaking all the rules that would bend. Well, breaking and bending is different. I begin to find myself just searching for shelter again and again. Against the wind. Against a little something against the wind. I found myself seeking shelter against the wind. Well, those drifter days are past me now. I got so much more to think about. Deadlines, commitments, paperwork, customer service. What to leave in and what to leave out. Against the wind. I'm still running against the wind. I'm old now, but I'm still running against the wind. He's 79 and he's still running against the wind. You would think at one point he would say, maybe if I turn around, I'll be carried by the wind and it'll just be a little bit easier to run. Against the wind. I'm still running against the wind. See the young man run, watch a man run against the wind. cowboys ride. This is where they just sort of improvise at the end. I'll be running against the wind. Let the cowboys ride. Riding and riding against the wind. There we go. Thank you very much to Guy for suggesting that song. It's a cool song, and thanks Borsenben for this background. It really reminds me a little bit of the movie Logan's Run when he's in that weird laser circle thing. Dark Ages says, get a big sheet and some roller skates and you barely have to work at all as long as you're going in the same direction as the wind. Yeah, this is something that Bob Seger could have definitely benefited from had he known. And he would have done his entire 79 years differently and in an easier way. Okay, Mochi's Nirvana sends us a picture of the Colosseum. This is amazing. Thank you very much. I'm going to do a song from the Colosseum. And we've got the echo to boot. So let's go ahead and do this song that was requested to us by Anti-Paster. Anti-Paster, this probably would have been a little more appropriate a couple weeks ago when Kristofferson died, or maybe only a week ago. But his memory is still fresh. The memory of his passing is still fresh in our minds. And it's also, it would have been good to do on a Sunday because it's about Sunday morning. But, you know, you do what you do. And this is a beautiful song by Kristofferson, which was a fun name to say when you were a kid. And you started wondering how many other names could you do that? Like, could I be called Henryson? And then I got pissed at my parents for not calling me Philip Phillipson. But then I realized later it wasn't really a good idea to do that. But this song here is called Sunday Morning Comin' Down. Let's go ahead and see how it goes here. I'm going to kind of fake it a little bit because I listened to it. I wasn't familiar with this song, but it's about depression and waking up, a little bit about a breakup. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I'm missing any alerts here. Sergeant Baker 0707, and that catches us up. Thanks again. Okay, here we go. Sunday Morning Coming Down by Kristofferson. I promise I won't say any other words before I start the song, except for that, and then that too. Okay. I'll get into the groove a little bit. Big Nesky says, coming down from my drug-induced fervor from Saturday night. Yeah, but this is whatever the 1970s equivalent of that was, which was, yeah, you're right, a drug-induced fervor, probably. Well, I woke up. I started too high there. Okay, let's see. Well, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. That's not, I don't have the right melody. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. Then I fumbled through my closet for my clothes, and I found my cleanest dirty shirt. And I shaved my face and combed my hair. Well, I was with him all the way up until that part, and stumbled down the stairs to meet the day. I smoked my brain the night before on marijuana, cigarettes, and songs I've been picking. And then I did a little bit of crack because who cares? And saw a kid with a can that he was kicking. Then I crossed the empty street and caught the Sunday smell of someone frying in the chicken. And it took me back to something that I'd lost somehow, somewhere along the way. Computer, how old was Kris Kristofferson when he passed? Computer, how old was Kris Kristofferson when he passed?
From Wikipedia.org. Kristofferson died at his home in Maui on September 28, 2024, at the age of 88.
88. Well, if this song is any indication, it sounds like he would have been dead like the day after he wrote the song in 1973 or whatever. But he lived a very long life. So where was I here? I don't know. Sometimes I get distracted. Verse 4. Oh, we're going to do the chorus now. Okay. On the Sunday morning sidewalks, wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. 'Cause there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying half as lonesome as the sound on the sleeping city sidewalks. Sunday morning coming down. I hope everybody's getting in the mood to do some cooking here. Let's change the background here. Maybe it'll make it a little more chipper. Blurry Little Quest sent me this one here. This is a picture of the theater in Fairfield, Connecticut that I'm going to be performing at February 22nd. Mark your calendars. It was supposed to be October 12th. But no people bought tickets, so except for about 10. And it's a 380-seat theater, so that wasn't enough. So we're going to go ahead and do it on February the 22nd and see if I'll get famous between now and then. But it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful little town. See, look at that. Look how idyllic that is. Thanks, Blurry Little Quest. Dark Ages says, yeah, but at least a few of those 10 people were the coolest. You're absolutely right. And Game Master Flash is going to be there. I believe JV's Tech, Blurry Little Quest, Kairosa, Alexander Dean. Should we all fly out for this show? I hope so. Don't let a little thing like air travel keep you from coming to a show. All right, we're going to do, there's 178 verses of this song, so we're going to do the last two, but it's still going to take another 30 minutes. So here we go. In the park I saw a daddy with a laughing little girl who he was swinging. And I stopped beside a Sunday school and listened to the song that they were singing. Then I headed back for home and somewhere far away a lonely bell was ringing. Oh no, my cat's up now. Then I headed back for home and somewhere far away a lonely bell was ringing. And it echoed through the canyon like the disappearing dreams of yesterday. Happy birthday, Bert Buff Tug. On the Sunday morning sidewalks, wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. 'Cause there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying half as lonesome as the sound on the sleeping city sidewalks. Sunday morning coming down. All right, I butchered that song. My apologies to the Kris Kristofferson estate. The Chunk says, is Kris Kristofferson related to Crisscross, or is that just a coincidence? Crisscross, of course, the boy band that did one hit back in the early 90s, I think. No, I don't think so, and I don't think that he's related to Christopher Cross either. I think it was just a time. There was just a time when everybody tried to make their name some variation of the name Kris. Okay, I don't know where my tripod is, but I'm going to try to get some footage of roast beef here, because I know people like to see that. Okay, some roast beef action going on there. Game Master Flash says they also did Wheels on the Bus. My little brother was way into them, even wore his clothes backwards for a few months. Oh, talking about crisscross. Mega Gildy, Henry, do you think the culinary world has peaked with the invention of the chicken Big Mac? I did not know there was such a thing. That sounds a little bit, I don't know about peaked. Maybe it's bottomed out. It depends on your impression of it. Okay, I think we've gone through all of the pictures. One more time we'll land on Dark Ages' picture here. And we also have some alerts here. Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Kid Kicking Robot. Thank you, Anonymous, and welcome, Kid Kicking Robot. Good to see you. And I think that brings us up to speed. Okay, it's time for us to get some work done. Here we go. Computer, how much time left on the timer? The computer's not being good today. Okay, buddy. We're going to have to put him... He's a little bit, I don't know, off-put today. So we're going to have to put him in his bed. Hold on a second, everybody. It's very frustrating to have a cat who's a geriatric cat. I like to, think that he's lived a very long life, and I think most of it was a happy life, and he still has moments of happiness. Like, for example, we'll sit together and watch a Hallmark movie on a Saturday night, and afterward, I know that he can't talk or even have very advanced thoughts, but I can tell that if he did, he would probably think the movie was poorly executed. So he's good company, and it's sad for me to see him in distress sometimes. But Phantom Parakeet says, I'm sure he's trying his best. He is, absolutely. Okay, everybody, let's get to work here. Let's talk about Armenian coffee. What is Armenian coffee? Well, this is from Kavat Coffee. What do you want, buddy? All right. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to feed him. Hold on a second. And let's see if that does the trick. Caffeinated Cat, the office loves roast beef. We send positive vibes. Yeah, he's having a tough morning. Duza says you don't normally feed him. No, I wanted to make sure that I clarify. I don't normally feed him after he's already been fed, but in this case I'm giving him just a little bit, or at least going through the motion of giving him more, so that hopefully he'll be a little less distressed. Maybe he'll feel less anxiety. Caitlin's Kitchen says, I'm cleaning my bathroom with the stream on my living room TV and I can still hear Beef screams. Yeah, he's having a tough morning. As we all are, you know. Fondue Yourself says, sometimes you just wake up hangry. Yeah, and in his case, it's... Alexander Dean Henry, your painting looks upside down. You're absolutely right. As if, can anything else go wrong today? I put the painting, I was in a hurry and I put it upside down. There we go. Okay. So what is Armenian coffee? This is from Kavat Coffee. It says here, this ain't your average cup of Java. Think Armenian coffee is just simply coffee that's made in Armenia? Think again, asshole. Soorj, as it's called in our native tongue, S-O-O-R-J, is like nothing you've ever tasted before, unless, of course, you've already tried this bountifully flavorful brew, in which case you know how truly unique this methodology of crafting is. Let me check on roast beef here. Okay, sorry. All right. It starts by taking the beans and grinding them. Well, look, we can talk all about this, but I think it's probably better if we just make it. Delicious. JV's Tech cheered 690 bits. Thank you so much, JV's Tech. And there's a message here. It says, I'm so tired and I'm driving, but glad to be able to give my full attention to the stream. Thanks for making the day a little brighter. Thank you very much. And I want to remind everybody, you can watch TV while you're driving as long as your knees are free to use the steering wheel. Dark Ages says if it were him, it'd be cooler if he sang the recipe. True. Saguaro U says, are we making river bison today? River bison? Reverb is on. Oh, reverb is on. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's our little code there. Hold on a sec. Check. Okay. We've turned off the reverb. I know that was distressing to people. I want to take this opportunity to say that Mochi's Nirvana and the entire Halloween planning committee here at Henry's Kitchen, many of our VIPs, moderators, etc., people that contribute, are putting together an amazing stream for October 27th for us here at Henry's Kitchen, which is going to have an itinerary that includes a costume contest, a Halloween recipe, Dead by Daylight, the game, and a few other games with the users. So check that out. And if you want to see, I have a little bit of footage from the Halloween contest that we did last year. Hold on a second. I know I loaded it up. Nope, that's not it. Hold on a second. Okay, well, this was a late submission. This is Thitchin Hat. Okay. I don't have the whole thing, but we can watch that at some point. You can probably see it online. Caitlin's Kitchen, can we still enter? Me forget things. Well, sure you can enter. Yeah, we still have plenty of time. It's Kate. When do you think we should close off the entries for the kitchen contest? I mean the Halloween contest. 8 days left. Wow, Halloween is really coming around. And then here in America, we get ready for that really scary holiday that comes right after it, the first Tuesday of November. Blurry Little Quest, pets are welcome in the costume contest too. Okay, well that's going to be cool. Okay, everybody. Well, let's make Armenian coffee. Did we ever find out? I am just somebody who likes to give credit where credit is due, and I know that when I came back from Naperville, I shouted out who gave me which various coffee, but did we find out who gave me this amazing imported Veracruz coffee? It was kind of a hectic night, and I was meeting so many users. Fondue yourself. Are they only HK related costumes or anything? No, any costume you want. You can see Phaedrus did a costume that really doesn't have anything to do with Halloween. And it's Christmas colors too. So yeah. I should get a cat costume for my little bastard. You should, Bean Curds 1312. Oh, did Nella give me this? Maybe so. Anyway, we're going to be using it today for our Armenian coffee. So let's take a look at the ingredients here. We have some various stuff here. Okay, so we've got this delicious coffee. Now, in order to make Armenian coffee, you have to combine two forms of coffee. You want a light and a dark. And that's supposed to represent the different phases of mood changes that happen in a person's life. Sometimes you feel light, sometimes you feel dark. And so we're going to combine those. You also want some type of a pot, and this is a pot. I'm going to use the mallet. I don't know why there's a screwdriver and other various tools here. That's not part of it. It's glue. Okay, and then you want what's called a demi-tasse. What a demi-tasse is a Borsenvin is our resident Frenchman. Can you tell us what a demi-tasse is? Santicore 3, I'm definitely a coffee guy. I don't understand tea. Old Grumpy Mama says half of a cup. Demi-tasse. But I thought half was semi. Why is it demi all of a sudden? Is that a different root word? Computer. What the fuck is a demi-tasse? Oh. Let me try to clean it up. Computer, what is a demi-tasse?
A demigod is a half-human, half-divine child, created when a human and a deity mate. Demigods are said to have inherited their parents' divine powers and abilities. They are often deities in their own right upon death and are revered by mortals as immortal beings. The term demi-toss is a misspelling of demi-toss and refers to a technique in the game of bowls where the jack is half-tossed or half-rolled towards the ring side.
Is any of that even close to relevant to what we're doing? It doesn't sound like it. Okay, well anyway, you need one of these. Let's start first by prepping our coffee. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to need 1 cup of water. So I'm going to fill this. I still probably have some cat juice on my hands from picking up roast beef, so I'm going to just get rid of that. Always wash your hands after touching any type of animal, especially if you're preparing food for people. Piss Baby says, yeah, just casually use a demigod to make your coffee. Yeah, I don't understand. Okay, what were we doing? Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to get this pellicule plastique here. And conveniently, I accidentally took some out and put it back on. So, there should be an area with ridges. Okay. Now what you want to do, one very defining part of Armenian coffee is its very fine coffee grains or grinds. So I'm going to take just a few of our coffee beans here from this beautiful Veracruz coffee. I also want to thank JSBX Fan for giving me the New Zealand coffee that I used last week. Boy, this packaging is so nice, I almost don't want to ruin it. How do you do it? Hold on a second. There we go. So you want to pour out, this is 1 coffee tablespoon, which is different from a regular tablespoon. You want, oh, I thought this was beans, but apparently it's already pre-ground. So that's okay. It needs to be extra fine. So we're gonna still grind it even after it's already ground. So let's see here. This is our light coffee. This is called Smooth, Balanced, and Rich Gevalia House Blend. So remember, you want 2 styles of coffee, light and dark, to represent the different moods that you go through throughout a given day. There we go. And yeah, it's already ground. Yeah, Parasitosis is right. This is called twice ground. Santicor 3. That's too much fine, Henry. I'm not sure about the grammar on that one. That's too fine, or too much fine. And by the way, this is fine in the sense of very small. I'm not saying fine the way that you would catcall a young lady if you were a construction worker in New York or whatever. Okay, so now, oh, that was dumb. That was the water. I was trying to get. I meant to pick up the mallet. So let's clean this. Well, the coffee's gonna get wet anyway, so we can't be too anal about it. But let's go ahead and. This is going to make it extra fine coffee, which is what you want for Armenian coffee. Okay? Everyone type Forson says, I saw a cooking app called Grinder. Do we need it for this recipe? Yeah, I would imagine it's probably a coffee-related app. And yeah, any help? I mean, I use my computer all the time. If you want to try to use this app and see if it helps you better to understand how you're supposed to grind your coffee, there's nothing wrong with that. Dark Ages says, is it okay if I pound the bag with my fists? No mallet. Yeah, that's fine. You'll find that if you're angry enough and you have enough pent-up frustration, you can actually get some really good fine grinds of coffee just by punching them with your hands. Snoozens says, can we pound with a shoe? Yeah, you can use a shoe. I would probably try to use one of those big Herman Munster type shoes, not a little lady's shoe with a heel. Although those are good for other reasons. Okay. Ben's Frankie Founding Daddy, is this when we use the demigod? Do they crush the coffee? No, I think that was a mistake. That was an odd thing that my computer did. Van Honkerton says, I don't have any Armenian coffee beans. Is Ethiopian good substitute? Yes. It's actually, I think it's the kind of coffee that they use for this, actually. I don't think that they do coffee bean farming in Armenia itself. I think they import it probably from Ethiopia, which is where coffee started. Computer, where did coffee start?
Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor that I translated. Coffee originated in Ethiopia, where the first coffee crops were discovered in the 9th century. From there, its cultivation and consumption expanded to Arabia and then to the rest of the world. Currently, coffee is one of the most popular and widely cultivated beverages in different regions of the planet.
Okay. Everyone type Forson says, I think it was someone named Stephen Coffee who invented it. Could be. That's probably because usually it's somebody's name. Okay, so now let's move on to the next phase. We've got our coffee ground up very fine. And now we're going to put our pot onto our infrared stove, and we're going to empty. Now this is going to be interesting in terms of how to open this. Okay. I'm going to use just 1 coffee tablespoon, which again is not the same as a regular tablespoon. And we're going to try this much in the coffee pot. Now that's coffee that has been ground to be very fine, and also that has a combination of a bold and a light to represent each of the various moods that people go through throughout a day. And now we're going to put in our 1 cup of water, like so. And we are simply going to turn on our stove and get it nice and hot. This is where it gets kind of complicated. But what you're going to do is you're going to boil it, or not boil it. You just want to see the bubbles appear, and then you're going to immediately take it off the heat and then let it cool down, and then you're going to put it back on. And you're going to do this 3 times, and this is supposed to represent the 3 phases that we go through throughout the span of a human life. The baby, the young adult, and the old person. Actually, there's a lot of other ones in between that, but Justified Pooh says, ah, yes. Okay, great. Thank you, Justified Pooh. One of the first things I learned when I became a cooking influencer, explainer, is that if you don't get the approval of Justified Pooh, you ain't doing it correctly. And they use the word ain't. Scottish Eyebrow, what's the temp that the stove is supposed to be just until boiling? Yeah, I have this on very hot. Game Master Flash says, I was never a baby. I walked out of my mother's womb in a suit. Well, I'll bet she was pretty excited about that. Okay, let's get something to stir this with. I think I'm going to use this. We need to set a timer for our ad, though. Computer, set timer for 1 minute.
1 minute, starting now.
So we don't use a filter for this. And that's kind of interesting. But that's why we have to use this method. So we're going to look at this, and just when it starts getting the bubbles, that's when we're going to swoop in and take it off the heat. Still no bubbles there. We've got a couple of alerts here. Pizza Kisses resubscribed for 6 months. Thank you, Pizza Kisses. Pooh Slayer 69 has resubscribed for 3 months. Thanks, Pooh Slayer. A lot of poo out there today. And speaking of which, it looks like there's some activity happening. Okay, well, we're going to use this as a cliffhanger. I don't see any bubbles yet, but I see steam. Computer, stop. We have steam. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take it off the heat. And I'm just going to hold this like this for about 3 minutes. And we're going to take an ad break. This is going to be an ad that's going to be shown to the unsubscribers, the unsubs. And after that, we're going to return. But if you're a subscriber, hang out or go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do. But I'm not going to be doing any cooking explainer. I'm going to be holding this, though, which is going to get kind of uncomfortable. Here we go. Hey, Pyro Gachi Coaster. Hey, Sweet Henry. How's my favorite chef? Hey, I'm doing all right. Thanks for the positivity. Container 520 says, steam does not equal bubbles, Henry. Trust me, I'm a scientist. I know, I just wanted to play it safe. Okay, here we go. Sanest Florida Man. I love this part of the stream. It's so entertaining. Unsubs are really missing out. No, you will not miss anything important here. Here we go. Ad. Okay. So, it smells delicious. It smells really, really good. Like amazing. Everyone type Forsen says, welcome in Pooffinger 5000. Van Honkerton, wow, Henry, I didn't know you were the Armenian national champion at long jumps. How did that story unfold? It's not true. Hank Boozle, I've been having a hard time differentiating between yellow and green. Any tips for recognizing colors? You might need to get yourself some glasses. Master Cookie the Third, holy shit, I never knew that Henry and Gilbert Gottfried used to rob trains in the 50s. No, I wasn't even alive in the 50s. Fondue yourself, I think you should put the pot down and then pick it back up before the unsubs return. They'll never know. Is that true? Feels like that would be a breach of some kind of honor. Santicore 3 says you should put on mitts. You don't want to burn your hands. Well, fortunately, this pot is equipped with a rubber. Okay. I'm going to sit here and smell this because this smells so good. Borsenvin says, what do you mean Martin Scorsese offered to direct Punching Henry? No, that's misinformation or disinformation or a combination of the two. No, it's rubber on this part. And for whatever reason, this part's not getting hot. I don't know why. Mega Gildy says Henry's Kitchen Bot is Henry's best mod. They don't ask for bathroom breaks, work 24/7, never complain about pay, and always on top of things. Well, what you're describing is, we went through that with the game Detroit Become Human, where we found that robots could do all the things that the workers of Detroit were able to do, and it caused a war. We don't want to revisit that. Okay, we've got another 40 seconds before the unsubs return. I have a little bit of a tennis elbow, even though I haven't played tennis in 35 years. So this is actually probably good for me as a physical therapy exercise. As a matter of fact, maybe when the unsubs get back, we'll go through a couple of our exercises. Scottish Eyebrow. What made you stop tennis, Henry? I couldn't get anybody else to play with me. Caitlin's Kitchen. It's always a good idea for the pot to have a rubber. You don't want any pot babies. You're absolutely right. I have a friend who has pot babies. Okay. So now the unsubs should be back. Everybody's here. And sorry if you missed any conversation. I promise it was not the least bit entertaining, and it was very frivolous and meaningless. Goldoman, is Armenian coffee like Turkish coffee? You have to understand that's a very loaded question, and you don't want to go around asking that, because you're going to offend one side or the other, and I don't want to get involved in that. But I will say that this smells delicious. So just to catch everybody up to speed here, this is what's happening. We have a pot which is filled with coffee grounds that will not be filtered. This is an unfiltered coffee. As soon as it started steaming, I took it off the burner to let it cool down, and we're going to do that 3 times to represent the 3 phases of a human life: young, medium, and old. Okay? So now we're going to put that back on there, and what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to look until we see bubbles. But it's very important that we do not boil this. That's going to ruin the whole thing. And we don't want to ruin any stuff here. Van Honkerton says, "Hi, Henry. How does one exercise caution? I want to take a course for it, but I wasn't sure, so I just stayed home instead." Well, that's one way to do it. But I just want to show everybody this is a little bit of an exercise that you can do at home to make sure that you don't have any repetitive motion injuries. Oh, shit. I didn't know that was going to cook so fast. Damn it. Okay. It started boiling. I think we caught it in time, so we're going to take this off again. I'm going to turn the heat down. And we're going to put this someplace. I'll put it in the sink for now. And I want to just tell you a couple of exercises. This is a very important one. This is called shoulder shrugs. Picking up pots and all this kind of stuff can be very dangerous. You can actually herniate a disc. And so these shoulder shrugs are a very good way to build up strength in your upper body so that your body gets conditioned to sort of do things the right way. And it just goes a little something like this. We're going to go left shoulder, right shoulder, and then you're going to do both. Okay, and you can also do it with your hands out. Left shoulder, right shoulder, and then both shoulders. And you want to do this 10 times. You can feel the stretch. Computer, how many times was that?
That was Crackling Rosie single version on Taproot manuscript by Neil Diamond.
Thanks a lot, computer, for telling everybody what music I was just listening to. I just got music doxed. Okay, Caitlin's Kitchen says she's feeling her traps growing. Yep, the trapezoids, the flactoid. Davlokins, that's what my ex used to do when I asked if she still loved me. She would do the shrug exercises. Okay. All right, let's. I've turned the stove down. We're gonna grab our coffee, which should not be boiling, which should be cool. Making Armenian coffee is a huge pain in the ass, but it's gonna be so rewarding. I cannot wait. So here we go. I've turned it down so it shouldn't boil all of a sudden. Let's stir this up. I think what you want is for the water and the coffee grounds or grinds. Is it the grounds or grinds? You want them to sort of become one. Sort of like the child is the father of the man. And we've done our first 2 phases of life. A baby, young adulthood, and now we're about to do old age. So we're going to let it get just to the point where it looks like it's going to bubble, but it's not. And I got to say, this steam smells fantastic. Wow. That is good. Let's see how we're doing in terms of our alerts here. Lord Skeletor CPR gifted a tier 1 sub to Poop Piss P. Thank you, Lord Skeletor CPR, for your generosity, and welcome Poop Piss P to the stream. Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Poofinger 5000. Thank you so much, Anonymous, and welcome Poofinger 5000. And Pizza Kisses, Poo Slayer 69, resubscribed for 3 months. And Sergeant Pooh. Big Nesky, what is happening? I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see here. Oh shit! No. Okay, we're gonna turn this off. It started boiling. Sometimes, you know, when you're streaming and cooking, you have to... I want to talk to some of the big streamers who cook and see what they do about the problem of wanting to read the chat, but you also have a pot boiling and food that you don't want to burn. Okay, this is done. Let's move this aside, and let's put our Henry's Kitchen cutting board back into the forefront. And I have some coffee that we can either make another one afterward, or if you don't want to waste it, you can use it to fertilize your plants. Here we go. This part is crucial. It's difficult. It's not easy. It's not fun. I don't want anybody walking away thinking, oh, this is a fun thing that we did. It's very, very tortuous and painful. But what you need to do is you need to pour it, but this is the trick. You have to pour it so slowly that only the liquid falls into the demitasse. Absolutely none of the grinds. And could I use a filter for this? Well, no, because that's not how you make Armenian coffee. Okay. I know you guys have questions. Game Master Flash says, what? What? How the fuck? What? Slower. Borsenvin says, slower. Womdinger says, don't spill it. Goldoman says, I have never been a fan of drinking coffee through glass cups. Yeah, everybody's got their thing. MDV, were any animals harmed during today's stream? No, but I was harmed by an animal trying to ruin my stream. Caffeinated Kath might need to try this one out here in the kitchen at the office. Caffeinated Kath watches from the office one town over from where I am, so you can easily get your hands on all the tools. This isn't an actual pot that you're supposed to use to make Armenian coffee, but it's going to have to suffice for today. Okay, well, look at that, huh? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Ah, come on. How did I do this? I forgot. I'm supposed to put something called Cardamom in there. I can't believe I forgot it. I think we're just going to pour it in there. It's not going to be completely... Also, I thought it was supposed to be pods, but okay. This is a major part of the flavoring for it. Fortunately, well, no, unfortunately, I can't find my baby whisker. So I think we're just going to have to use this thing to stir it. And you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in there as well. Maybe about 1/2 a teaspoon of sugar. This is a little bit like an espresso, I guess. Okay. I know there's a couple alerts and I'll get it. Davlokins, what does a call to mom do for the flavor? No, Cardamom is called. Walking here says, is it called coffee because you cough while drinking it? I think that there's a root word that's similar there. Robalek69, did someone say Sabrina Carpenter? Did you buy that cup for this recipe? Yeah. One interesting thing to remember if you live in a city is if you're ever walking home and you forget to bring your weapon, you can always stop by a Goodwill or something like that and pick up either a frying pan, or sometimes if you go to CVS or one of these drugstores, you can get bleach, undistilled white vinegar, and maybe some wire or zip tie handcuffs. Okay, let us now see what kind of concoction we have here. This is Armenian coffee, Henry's Kitchen style. And if you ask me, it looks pretty damn good. I don't think we have coffee grounds in there. Let's take a look at our example pick here. Whoops, sorry. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. This is our example pick. And then we compare that to ours. Looks pretty similar. I don't know why theirs has a nice little foamy thing on the top. And they've got the right tools and everything. But I think right here at Henry's Kitchen, we're not doing so bad. This looks a little bit like maybe some cough syrup or a Jägermeister shot. The proof is in the drinking. It's Kate X says the example pick spilt their beans everywhere. Yeah. What's that all about? Here we go. A lot of cardamom, which makes it different. Quanto says if you go to CVS, you can use the receipt and wrap it around your opponent's neck. That's right. They have really long receipts. Guys, this is good. This is good. I don't know why, for some reason, it's not very warm. Maybe I took it off. But this is going to work. It's a very, very strong cup of coffee, but the cardamom makes it sort of European and different. And the coffee grinds, if you look here, are still in there. And it looks like I have another cup. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing here. But yeah, see how the coffee grinds are still in there. So we did a very nice job, or I should say I did a very nice job making this. Delicious. Hey, here's to you guys. This was really good. I really knocked this out of the park. I'm very talented as a chef. As a matter of fact, I have all the talent that you need to be a very successful chef, and I just proved it by making amazing Armenian coffee, just simply by following the directions. I guess what I'm saying is that at the risk of sounding like I'm bragging, I'm really fucking good at this. Dark Aegis says, glad to be on the right side of history again. Always bet on Henry's success. Thank you, Dark Aegis. Thanks for betting on the success there. Container 520, would you ever do this recipe again, Henry? Absolutely not. I would just go to a coffee place and ask if they had Armenian coffee. But I'm glad we made it. It's important for you to know how they make it. And now, with that, it's time for us to play the game that we've been playing. Oh, but first, let's go ahead and do our thank you song. Check. I've got reverb now. And let's do it to the tune of Bob Seger's Against the Wind that we sang earlier. As you all know, it takes a village of people. Not to be confused with the Village People, but you know, it takes them also to put on a production as elaborate as what we've put, and by we I just mean myself and my cat, what we've put on for you today. And thank you so much. And this is my way of thanking a lot of the users. There's some users that I have to incorporate into this song, but you know, we've got moderators, tier 3 subscribers, famous streamers who've given us shout outs and reaction and collabs, as well as the folks that run the Discord, technical advisors. This is a song that goes to all of you. And here we go. Fucking Dingo Bob, Dom Beef Hot Bear 1110, Do Dingle Dog Ogle Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, Shane Yes Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, it's Cade Kairosa, Bumble Vision, the LGX Chef Reactions, Husky Boyle and Bill Larkin Music, Emaru, Orca Mind, S-Fan, and Bonnie 2, Dazzle Capillary, Little Quest, and Borsenvin, and don't forget Quanto. Purple Donut filling his fruit, Tankerton, Borsenvin, Zodiac Tone, Gary Busey, ASMR, Shandis, Novaglarian, Mr. Gooseberry PT, Yarchasm, Nico Tezo, Michael Bublé, 4422, Passion Error, Midnight Faded, JSBX Fan, S-City Tis, Game Master Flash, The Cat Food Taste Tester, Cheernex, Mochi's Nirvana, Red Hot Hibachi, Ransom GR, Zod Bane, and Toke My Nuts, Saguaro, Burrito 55555, Dinosaur, JB's Text, Sickly Boy, Beelzebub. Don't forget Quanto. Undramatic says now we're on the same page. Pyro Gachi Coaster says, didn't the Eagles play this as an encore one time in one of their later tours? Yeah. They played it with the exact same lyrics, and everybody was like, what the fuck? All right. Let's go. Let us go. Let us go then, you and I. 10 points for whoever can tell me what I was just quoting right there. I want to see if you're out there. Master Cookie the Third says reverb. Okay. Check. Check. 1, 2. Testing. Okay. Butch Cassidy, Gaming Jacob, no. Harry Rickman and the Harry Potter franchise, no. Borsenvin. Caffeinated Kath, you're absolutely right. T.S. Eliot. 086 Super Mario Brothers. Consensual Bandit says, I want 10 points so bad. It's not really 10 points. I mean, it's 10 imaginary points, I guess. But Caffeinated Kath got it. Okay, everybody. Let's go ahead and play this game. We got to do the usual shit. It's a very scary game that Quanto hooked me up with. You could tell by the music. Okay, everybody, we're going to play Cooking Mama. Thanks, It's Kate, for changing the name of the game, or the category or whatever. Whatever it is that you do it very well, and I appreciate all the work that you do. Especially this opening picture. We got to look at this again. This is It's Kate X. Gave us a poster for an upcoming Halloween movie called A Nightmare in the Kitchen. You can see that's me with my chainmail glove, and it looks terrifying. And I can't wait. Hatsuna Felix says, oh nice, it's not the Cooking Mama, that's also a Bitcoin miner. I'm already out of my coffee. Might have to pour some more soon. Okay, but first let's go ahead and start this here, shall we? Let's cook. I'm gonna have you guys pick. Container 520 says a fedora really suits me. Well, thank you very much. I think everybody knows that Freddy Krueger was one of the more dapper villains from the horror movie era. Oh, desktop audio. Thank you. Thanks, Quanto. Always there. Remember, Quanto is the technical advisor here. But about a year and a half ago, he went off to breed a family, but still takes time out of his busy day, changing diapers and whatnot, to come and chime in on technical matters. And now we finally have it. Okay, everybody. Wumdinger says unidentified bowl of white. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. We don't have to practice. We just make it. It's called boiled rice. Okay, well, we should be able to handle this, right? Blurry Little Quest says Quanto got PSLs for everyone. Nice. Pumpkin spice latte. Measure and add. Touch the switch to fill rice in the cup. Then pour it in the jar up to the line. Okay, guys, I know that we're gonna be chatting a little bit, but I don't wanna fuck this up, so I'm gonna kind of drop out for a second, and I'm gonna tune into the game so that I don't mess anything up here. So once again, we're gonna measure and add. Touch the switch to fill the recipe in the cup. Then pour it in the jar up to the line. So everybody just kind of shut up for a second. Okay. And then that. We do it again. What the fuck? What did I do wrong? I don't think I understand a lot of this stuff here. Measure and add. Touch the knob to fill water in the cup, then pour it into the pot up to the line. Do what now? Okay, well, apparently I don't know how to do... Touching the knob. Okay, guys, apparently I'm not concentrating enough. Change the recipe. Yeah, let's do... All right, everybody, chestnut or bamboo shoot. Get your votes in right now. Bamboo. Everybody says bamboo. Okay, there we go. Wash some rice. I've done this before. Mix in the jar to wash the rice until the indicator reaches green. Okay, we can do this. Okay, we got good. Finally, we got a little bit of something there. Slice up. Touch the icon to place it on the cutting board. Follow the dotted line to cut. Touch the icon to place it on the cutting board. Follow the dotted line to cut. Why? Why did I fail? I was trying to do it very well. Chop up. Touch the knife quickly to thinly slice the bamboo shoot. This I can do fast. Very good. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're doing it correctly. Sorry everybody, I had a little bit of difficulty there. Chop up. Touch the knife quickly to thinly slice the carrot. We can do this. The slicing part I can do. Very good. Now we're cooking mama. You're right, 101 Dalmatians. Add the ingredients into the bowl as shown in the upper screen. Oh, I see. It's going to show it earlier. Butter. Failed. Why? Okay, start the timer. Set cooking time for the rice. Well, I should be able to do this. It takes 40 minutes. Hey, we got that. I think I'm more of a technological guy. Okay, we got 43 points. That's actually better than we've gotten on other stuff. Okay, I'm gonna pour myself a little more Armenian coffee. Very slowly, you do not want to get the grounds in there. Okay, we only have a half cup left. No room for cardamom. Oh, no. We're gonna put some cardamom in there. And some sugar. Okay. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is what we made today. It's called Armenian coffee. If you want to see their picture. Like Kate said, they spilled their beans all over the frickin' place. They didn't do nearly as tight and neat of a job as we did with our demi-tasse. So, there we go. And we're playing Cooking Mama. Let's see how many people are watching right now. Nobody. Is that possible? Are people there? Oh, there's, okay, 204 people. Yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at, unless you like sneezing on 204 people. Okay, let's continue to play the game. What are we doing this time? Somebody give me a suggestion. Top right. Fried octopus dumplings. Thank you, Borsenvin. Here we go. I think it's because I don't do practice, that's why I suck. Slice up. Touch the icon to place it on the cutting board. Follow the dotted line to cut. Wow, it's hard to cut octopus. failed. I mean, I at least got half of it. It should just say pour or something. Add the ingredients. Okay, so now we're gonna add the ingredients into the bowl as they're shown. We've done this before, this works. But we also failed at it. Very good. A toast. Let's raise our demi-tasses high. Santicore 3 says, try to do it fast. Okay, maybe that's what I'm not doing correctly. Well, we're halfway done here. We're 1 for 2. 101 dominations gives a very good observation. It says prioritizing speed when using a knife is not what this game should be teaching, to be honest. Yeah, you should be teaching safety and doing things perspicaciously. Stir inside the bowl to mix the dough until the indicator reaches green. This one we've done before, but we failed at that too. This is a real carpal tunnel getter. Okay, come on, green. We gotta get to that more green. Okay, we got good. I'll take good. Computer, what does perspicaciously mean?
The adverb perspicaciously means with clarity of vision or sharp discernment, indicating the ability to understand or perceive things deeply. It implies the presence of keen mental perception.
Thank you, Container 520, for that question. It's always good to increase your vocabulary because that way, if you're not smart, you can kind of fool people into thinking that you are. Fry the dumplings. Pour batter in the cooker and then drop in octopus bits. Circle to turn them over when ready. Okay, we're 2 for 3. Let's not fuck it up here on the home stretch. What's happening? We've made this. This is takoyaki octopus balls. We've done this. We made it with the Baby Cakes cake pop maker. I should be better at this. We literally have a YouTube video of this. What am I doing? What's happening? I don't know what happened. If you want to see the Henry's Kitchen YouTube tutorial, go to YouTube and go to Takoyaki Octopus Balls, Henry's Kitchen. Yeah, these are edible. Thanks, Borsenvin. Only 37 points, though. I burned them, apparently. New recipe added. I'll do one more recipe, and then I think it's time for Henry's Kitchen to close and for me to go to bed. Computer, what time is it?
It's 12:36 p.m.
Yeah, it's bedtime. Okay. Let's do this new one. I don't know what it is. A Jacko pizza? Blurry Little Quest says it's a Jacko pizza. Pan-fried batter cake. That's basically the same thing. Break an egg. Tap the egg to crack it open and drop it into the bowl. Be careful not to tap it too hard. Okay, we got it. Good. Add the ingredients into the bowl as shown on the upper screen. Okay, here, we can do this. Very good. Okay, we're getting better. We're 2 for 2 now. Stir inside the bowl to mix until it reaches green. We've done this too. This is the carpal tunnel getter. Woo-wee. Borsenvin says, have you tried being better at it? I haven't tried that. It's easier said than done. Parasitosis says, why doesn't Mama wear chainmail? Yeah, I don't know. Not as safety conscious. Follow the dotted line to slice. It's not easy, guys. I'm using a mouse. This is going to be a fail. Damn it. So we figured out what my weakness is. It's anything that involves hand-eye coordination. Chop up. Touch the knife quickly to chop the cabbage. Yeah, everybody shut up for a second. Let me get this done. Okay, that was sort of in my wheelhouse. I think we're going to get a high score here. Add the ingredients into the bowl as shown in the upper screen. We've done this. We can do this. We got this. Very good. We're going to get a really good score on this. Pan fry according to the directions. How do I not add it? We've had this before. Fuck. I don't know why it does that. Do I have to double click it or something? Draw a picture with sauce, and when you're done, click finish. Okay, guys, everybody's got to shut up for a second. I've got to concentrate here. I'm not that strong a drawer. I didn't leave enough room for eyebrows. Is that what we're supposed to do? We'll give him a beard. I don't know what I'm doing. What's happening? Perfect. Just as skilled as Mama. $62 points. We broke 50, guys. We broke 50. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with everything that we did today here. I think it went really well. I think I was pretty awesome. I made some pretty killer Armenian coffee. BK69 says this should be a podcast. Perfect format. Henlips 1. You'd be the Brendan Walsh of comedy podcasting. Well, that I would take that. Brendan Walsh is a very good podcaster. World record podcast, if you haven't heard it. I've been on there a few times. Bibo Bobo says comedy? Question mark. That's probably a good way to sum up everything I do. Borsenvin says, would the mod suggest a nice end of stream raid? Yeah. It's Kate. Do you have anybody that in the food and drink category that we can do a fun raid on? Just a random person to raid? Anybody? If the way we can do it, if Beelzebu's not there, I know we're trying to figure out how to. I was trying to figure out how to get so that you can do it, but if you just tell me, I'll raid them right now. I'm in food and drink now. Elvira, should we get really Halloweenish? Let's do that. I think so. Unless, is that... I like to keep it a democracy here, so... Borsenvin says yes. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're rating Elvira. What's the... What is the username? Just Elvira? I need to have the username. The real Elvira. Okay, there we go. We're going to raid the real Elvira, always on, who's going to be doing a fun Halloween stream, and we're going to get in the Halloween spirit. All right. Oh, yeah. This looks great. The Satanic Rites of Dracula. 3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody, let's check this out. Thank you so much. And let's all be good to each other. And I can't wait to see you Sunday at noon Pacific time. And good to see everybody.